Hello everyone, Peter Giannatos here, Charlotte Chess Center with FIDE Master Gauri Shankar, fresh off his win against International Master Gurevich. So Gauri, congratulations, and take us through your game, show us some of the important moments.
Sure. So I came in this game like 15 minutes late, and I was not expecting to do well. But okay, I started off with knight f3 to see if he can be flexible. He played d5. I think he usually plays knight f6, queen's Indian or Nimzo complex. So I was a bit surprised by this move, although I hadn't prepared well at all. So I played something I haven't played before. I played an I played Kali system with white. The reason I played it is because I was playing Black against Yusupov a couple years ago, and he played it and got a good position. So I thought I would channel Arthur Yusupov, although he didn't win either. He was a draw, but so yeah, we had a normal position out of the opening. I played a3. I wasn't sure if that's the best, but I wanted to run a knight b4 step later on. And yeah, here I think I had to play f4. Otherwise, the whole point of the opening is just moot. And yeah, I think Black's system is he played the best way possible. And he was blitzing out his moves, so very confident. Here I wasn't sure how to proceed because I think Queen f3. There might be c4. Like if I play, that's the problem. Yeah, this is what I was intending, but this move's a killer. I think. I mean, looks like Black is just winning. Yeah. And Rook f3, same thing, and everything just looks like I can't play this move, which means I can't follow my attack, right? And even g4, there might be some c4 down the line and opening, maybe in the future. So I didn't want to play g4 either. So I thought for a long time I had like really closed the position with c3. I wasn't sure about this move, but Yusupov played against me, so I thought maybe why not? Maybe in a different position though. But Rook d8. Again, I think he's waiting for me to do something. I also do the same. Queen c8. Yeah, this was an interesting move. I think his plan was to play Queen a8 maybe, also giving the bishop some space because there might be knight e4 coming next. I played Rook c1 because it's always good to put the Rook, opposite the king or a queen, and this paid off greatly. This move. He played knight e4. I didn't want to give up my bishop, so I took with the knight, obviously, and I went back with bishop e1. So here, well, I think Black's for choice, or at least equal here. But I think he rushed it with this move b5. I obviously can't take because of bishop a6, but this move really loosens up his position and allows me to use my two bishops and open up the position. So I played the only good move in the game, I probably, c4. Now this move actually activates my rook and my bishops, and really, he's going to pay for the queen on c8 because there's so many tactics with pawn takes c5 and pawn takes b5, and he's not going to be able to deal with it all. So he played f6, expecting me to move my knight, but I played a nice intermediate move, dc5. The point is that if he takes on c5, I have either another intermediate move, c takes b5 or b4. I was considering both. b4 is also interesting because if he takes here, I can do this, or even better would be to take here. Now the reason is that after he takes my knight, I have a b4. Now I lose a few tempo, but I have to keep my bishop, which is a huge thing. And then he's in big trouble. He can sack his bishop, but I calculated that this is just. Look at my bishop on b4. It's a killer, and I still have threats. I can even go rook takes c8. This is the funny line, and then he takes here, and then I trade rooks like this. And somehow, and then I think this should be winning for. Look at this awkward pawn structure for Black. It should be winning for White. I wasn't sure though so I would just take on f4 probably with the rook, but that was a funny little line. Okay, so because of this, he thought for a long time, and the whole point is to activate the bishop. He played a bishop c7. Now again, I didn't want to move my knight away. I played another intermediate move. I played c6 because I want to trade the knight instead of moving it away, and I would just win a pawn. And I thought he wouldn't go for this because there's a pin, but I can't really make use of this pin that easily. So here I was already getting low on time, and I just decided to just play on intuition, just like put the piece in the right squares, like bishop d4, just put the bishop on a nice square, and maybe try to trade the bishop off with bishop a2, king h8, just advancing the pawns. e5 was an interesting move because now it actually activates his pieces more, and I didn't want to go for this crazy line with this might be a little. This might be bad for me. So I don't know. So I just played it safe, and I didn't want to take, but I had to do this. Here I played a good move. I had to push his pieces back a little bit, so I had to play rook c5. Now it's hard for black to keep this formation with the bishop and the queen in the center. So because I'm gonna play rook, bishop a2, rook d8, rook d1, stuff like that. So I had to go queen e6. I still play rook d1 again, putting the pressure on. Bishop b3, I wasn't sure because I just offered a trade. I think he's gonna lose a couple of tempo. Trying to trade again. Yeah, and putting the pieces in the right squares. Can't be wrong, especially if you're low on time. Just queen d2, preventing f4 ideas, threatening rook here. So queen f6, protecting the rook. Rook c5. Yeah, this move was made to see if he's gonna put his bishop on a bad diagonal or a good diagonal. So when he put his bishop on a8, I was really happy because I knew that now that the bishop is here, I can just trade off all the pieces, and this bishop's gonna have a really hard time getting in the game. So I did a pretty good move here, I believe. Rook d8, rook d8, queen c3. Especially because the bishop is here, there's no counterplay against my king, and I have covered all these squares magically. And even if he takes and goes rook d2, I mean, he can't go rook d2 right now, but even this, it's fine because I have all these pawns that are just waiting to march, and the bishop on a8 is just horrible. So I think bishop a8 might have been a mistake. So I traded the pieces off, and queen g5. Here I have a chance to trade the rooks. I did because it tactically works because he can't take my pawn because I'm taking with check if he takes on here. And okay, he played bishop e7. I took. Now I didn't want to allow any counterplay, so I activated my bad piece. Again, just basically putting the piece on the right squares, hoping everything works out. Queen a4, queen h4 not threatening anything in particular. A5, king h7, a6. Again, just pushing my pawns. Now this makes the bishop really bad.
Yes.
Now I have threats on this diagonal, but I just need to make sure I don't get mated. So that would be bad. So so first I thought, what? Why not play g3? Because worst case scenario, like. I just make a weakness I can cover, and there's a funny line here. I think this would be very funny. There's nothing that you can do actually, but I can also try for checkmate with queen c8 or something. Yeah. By the way, I missed an interesting line here. I was expecting he might play a6 here, and then there's a funny little line. I don't know if it works, but I calculated b5, and then takes, and then this, and then this. And funny thing is, I can take, but then he will check. He will take the pawn and then take the bishop. So if I take here, if he has this move, but this might be winning for me. I'm not sure. Maybe not. It might be losing, or I don't know. No idea what's going on. So, sure, but the backup, I always have other queen checks. So what I was thinking about doing was after queen f8, I have bishop to g8 and all kinds of stuff. At the very least, I will trade queens. And I should win this game. Yes. So I had this in mind for ace. That would have been a nice move. Reply for a6, just to sack a pawn and just nice geometry with the queen. And he can't really decline it because I'm just gonna roll the pawns, right? So anyway, so he played king h7. I was pretty disappointed, but okay, I just kept playing. And then here I had a nice idea. I was gonna keep if he goes queen c7, I just threaten both the queen and and attack him the king. So he declined. I still threatened, queen d8, queen g5. This was it looks like a scary move, but it's a blunder because it allows me to just check him. And at least I thought this was just trading queens, but then I realized that there's a mate on e6. So he either gets mated like this, or he actually gets mated like this, right? Bishop g8 mate. Yeah, this is a more bishop 7 and queen g8 mate. Yeah, so it was I didn't play the opening so well, but this was a mistake. Allowed me to activate all my pieces with c4. Yeah. Especially the timing was so right. I didn't even think more than a few minutes for it because that was the main point. And then all these tactics that happened. Usually, if you have a lot of good choices after a move, it's probably a really good move, right? Yeah. And you just play it and you let the opponent think and figure it out.
Even you were comfortable because even in the queen and bishop ending, even the bishop endings are winning. Like even if the queens come off, so like you're so flexible on how you can play for the attack on the king on the white squares. You can play the ending. So like I'm sure at least psychologically, even though you were running low on time, you said you were probably feeling super comfortable.
The main thing I did was make sure his pieces weren't active. So the bishop be going on this diagonal, which is really bad, and making sure the queen has no entry on any of these squares. That was the key. Just not letting him activate any of his pieces.
Right.
That made me win the game.
Well, congratulations on this game. And so, with a half of a point in the last game, that would you would get an IM norm, which would be your 5th IM norm. So, actually, so for you, it's just a matter of getting your rating to 2,400. So, but anyway, congratulations, and hope you can, get, I guess, your 5th IM norm, and then eventually
Thanks. Yeah, I'll
your
try.
2,400 rating.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Gauri.